same sets of arguments.
Sandwich?
Now, it
Never
might
had
be that
manwich
we need
before,
to,
dude?
there might need to be some
Wait,
aid
spell
or
it for me?
negotiations or things like this that would end up being in the best
like
interest
sandwich,
of Americans.
but
It's really
man.
important that we fixate on American citizen interests as the core thing we're solving.
You should try it.
I was just thinking about
with
how we were
ground
talking
beef
before
and
about
pasta.
Qatar, the accusations that they're funding all this
Well, I've had
Israel's
like
now.
a Subway
Why wouldn't they be doing the
with
same thing? So
balls.
if it is the case that Qatar is funding a bunch of sentiment opposed to Israel,
It's like it's
and,
basically
you know,
sloppy
we
Joe,
do
but
know that like
it tastes good
Al Jazeera Plus was super woke.
with pasta.
The issue is why isn't Israel doing the same thing? And
Where did you
more
get that
importantly,
from?
Why aren't they woke?
Fortinos.
Let's look at it this way. Let's say that there's a bunch of
It's in the
Oh, you
sauce
bought it
on
like pre-made?
adversaries that are flooding U.S. social media.
Yeah, they don't.
This
I don't
is
think I
the
can
more
make that
legitimate
shit
accusation, in my
from
opinion,
scratch.
that you've got people in, say, Pakistan. They create social media accounts where they masquerade as
You
All
don't
of us here
think
that
you can
Chris-
make beef, pasta sauce, and put it in fucking
Who
bread?
said it was
Are
pasta
you
sauce?
fucking retarded? You fucking
faggot?
retarded piece of shit.
Who said it was pasta sauce? You fucking gay faggot.
Fine.
cunt?
Spaghetti, pasta, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
You
this
think
guy
you
doesn't
can't
know
make
what
that and put it in a
words mean,
goddamn sandwich, you fat
He
fuck?
doesn't know what words mean.
On the fucking game, this faggot doesn't fucking invite me, man.
This faggot's eating while he's on the game. What a fucking retard.
Oh, I can't fucking eat while I'm playing.
Apparently not,
You
dude.
fucking gay?
Apparently not.
Fucking gay. Fucking faggot can't even fucking down people when he tries to. Fucking loser. Dog, they're gonna use the bunk buster in Iran.
Yeah, dude. Buckbuster, you fucking on drugs, dude.
Wait, you didn't know about the 30,000-pound bomb? The bunk bust shit?
Bunk, yeah.
Yeah, that's what the fuck I just said.
Nice, dude.
I'm not going to take this shit anymore.
How long do you think it would take me to learn a specific song on guitar?
Telling me you have a guitar?
President Trump was in
My dad
on the
does.
Which song?
misinformation camp.
I don't know if you know it. I'd have to send it to you. It's a specific solo that I wouldn't know.
Signal to the Iranians
Was it
that there was
emulate? Is that the
no
right word?
imminent bombing that was about
Not
to
sure.
happen.
What?
You found a bomb.
Making them
A
believe
solo.
that they were going to have their negotiations, which was going to be on
If you
Father's
type
Day,
in
but instead they got a
Van
bombing on
Halen
Thursday
eruption,
night.
it's 13
So
minutes
Israel
long.
has already indicated that the Americans
13-minute long
and
solo?
President Trump
Or the song is
signaled
13 minutes
that
long?
it seemed that he didn't know what
It's
was
a
going on.
live
And
performance.
that
It's
the
not like
Iranians,
a
after the bombing began, we covered this in real time,
It's like the whole.
that the
So-
Iranians should
Wait,
have
where the
took
fuck is the
deal.
guy? He's
That they should
inside.
have took
He's
the deal, and
already
President
inside,
Trump is
dude.
reiterating that
Oh, I thought he was
today.
already dead.
And so if this is correct, I'm not sure what I trust coming out of the administration. I'm going to be honest with you.
Must recover the
Okay,
diffuser.
because we're seeing
Absolutely
the reports
shizer.
from
Yeah,
Pete
okay.
Hegseth
I'm
and the
coming.
White House have clarified that the United States, there is movement in the region. U.S. military assets are moving into position as we speak, and we have received some clarification from the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. He was just on Fox News a few moments ago. Let's listen to his update, but I'm going to be honest with you. Where the United States
Nice.
You shot me?
was signaling
I think so, yeah.
diplomatic peace talks. The bombing went down.
Dude, that's sick.
So, the United States, the Trump administration is engaging in this. So it's possible we very well could see U.S. offensive intervention in this war tonight. That's just my speculation based off of what just happened last week. And the base is totally divided.
Damn,
all
dude.
over social media.
You look like
a lot of
Sledge,
people in
dude.
MAGA are just like in la delusional land, acting like President
What?
Trump did not run and
You look
win
like Sledge.
on no more new wars, no more U.S.
Oh, you
like-
look like a
involvement.
Maru, so I don't know.
And people are just tying themselves up in all kinds of pretzels and mental gymnastics. And I'm going to be honest, if this is what's happening again, if the Americans are giving a public signal, there will be no U.S. bombing, no U.S. offensive military intervention. There could be. There could be. That's what happened last week. We as Americans were given the impression by the president that peace was continuing. And there would be nothing, there would be no war, there would be no bombings.
10 seconds
that
to
the
insertion.
diplomatic peace talks with Iran was going to continue.
5
And
seconds
instead,
to go.
there was a bombing from Israel and a new war between Israel and Iran.
You
And
found a
America
bomb.
is
Make your
involved
way to
because
its
we're
location
paying
and
for it.
defuse
We're
it.
funding Israel. Oh, and by the way, the Israel War Room account on X today literally said that we don't need the United States in this war.
You must recover the diffuser.
So for all of the Zionists out there that are mentally retarded, Israel is saying, we don't need you, we don't need you, we don't need you. Okay, so maybe now they agree, based off of what I've been saying for the past couple of years. Cut the funding, cut the funding, cut the funding. I'm gonna show you, okay, I'm gonna show you all of it. Reload! And if the Israel official War Room X account wants to play smart and say that we don't need the United States to accomplish our goals versus Iran right now, then cut the funding. They don't need us. We're done. Why are we defending them? Why are we mobilizing? Why are we helping them? Hello there! How arrogant these people are. They think you're retarded, dude.
Oh shit.
They think that you will be a good guy and do whatever they say. Literally, dude.
We
Even
have
if
been
we're
eliminated.
publicly saying, we don't need you, but we gotta support our greatest ally. We don't need you.
Damn, dude.
It's truly mind-blowing.
Oh, that's
Netanyahu has been on American media all day today. He was on ABC News and various other interviews. I want to take a look at those clips. Making it seem like, just straight up saying, today it's Tel Aviv, tomorrow it's New York. He's like, I understand America first, but I don't understand America dead. Now, many Americans, millions of Americans took that as a threat today. And I'm going to show you those clips as well. And one can argue he's speaking in the It's truly mind-blowing. Netanyahu has been on American media all day today. He was on ABC News and various other
Oh,
interviews.
you know what
I
we
wanna
have to
take a
do
look at
first,
those
dog?
clips, making it seem like
Be
just
ready to
straight up
eliminate
saying,
hostiles.
today it's Tel Aviv,
the fuck is
tomorrow
it?
it's New York. He's like, I understand America first.
Put it down before they see you,
but I
fucking
don't
piece of
understand
shit.
America dead. Now, many Americans, millions of Americans took that as a threat. And I'm going to show you those clips. One can argue he's speaking in the context of
Fucking piece of fucking,
do not eliminate this Iranian nuclear
fucking
threat
piece
now.
of shit.
Okay, today
Fuck
Tel
this
Aviv's
guy,
being
dog.
bombed and tomorrow it's New York. What a very interesting thing to say from the Israeli Prime Minister.
Keep these fuckers in
Benjamin
there, dog.
Door secured.
Is that a threat?
10 seconds
Yeah, you're
left.
fucking
It's
dead.
Yes,
Five seconds.
my country is going to get annihilated. And I'm supposed to just these Muslims
friendly
are
operator
this
remaining.
close to acquiring a nuclear weapon since
Damn, dude.
before I was even born.
We could have had a clean sweep, but you
Okay.
fucking killed
Since
yourself.
before I was even
I just stood by the door. I didn't do anything.
So we're going to take a look at all that, but here's Pete Hegseth clarifying
Failed.
what's going
All
down
friendlies
right
have
now
been
in the
neutralized.
region.
Is he still aiming for a nuclear deal with the Iranians? Of course. The president, as he said today, his position has not changed. What you're watching in real time is peace through strength and America first. Our job is to be strong. We are defensively in the region to be strong in pursuit of a peace deal. And we certainly hope that's what happens here. And America First means we're going to defend American personnel and American interests. So when you see jets and you see defense assets and counter UAS assets, that's because my job as the Secretary of Defense is to ensure that our people are safe and that we're strong so that we can set the conditions for a deal. And President Trump's made it clear it's on the table. The question is whether Iran will take it.
So, we're gonna go to war to set the conditions for a deal. Got it. Is that what I voted for? Is that what you guys voted for? Anybody? Anybody? I was told that Trump was gonna put a stop to the conflict between Palestine and Israel. There was no discussion about, well, let's just let Israel bomb
Any
Iran
tips on how to de-stress?
so we could make sure we stop the nuke. Was that discussed at all on the campaign trail, guys?
No.
At all? Guys, I covered every single day of that damn campaign. Not once.
Nice,
did
dude.
I hear President Trump say,
Fucking thing kicked me.
my administration will allow the Israelis to bomb Iran because they can't have a nuke. We will allow them to start the war in
Are you there?
Iran.
Yeah.
And
This
if the
fucking guy would rather
Iranians
eat than
don't
fucking
comply,
join the
give me a
goddamn party.
deal. We're gonna keep it going.
It kicked me. It was like a fucking error.
Blah,
thing.
blah, blah,
President
blah.
Trump promised me
Yeah, this game's
that
a
he'd
piece of
pick up
shit.
the phone and end this within 24 hours. He got a ceasefire, but the Israelis, they defied that and humiliated
No,
Trump
I
in
have
the
to get
process
to the
within
phone.
days. Yep, we were told we're on the verge of World War III and he would stop it with a phone call. That's what I was told. So I'm going based off of what this man just ran on and where we are now. Okay? This could go so wrong.
It's your bullshit,
so
dude.
fast,
It's
guys.
your
This
bullshit.
could go so wrong,
You gotta restart your game.
so fast. So the Trump
I'll be back
administration via
tomorrow.
Pete Hegseth
Nice, dude.
are still positioning themselves, claiming that the United States is taking defensive positions right now. Military assets are mobilizing right now. Right now. In the region. And the Trump administration is maintaining the position that they are still in defensive positions.
What looks like right now is we're vigilant, we're prepared, and we've messaged consistently from the beginning that we're in the region to defend our people and our assets. And Israel took an action out of self-defense. We believe that Iran, as President has said from the beginning, should not have a nuclear weapon. That position hasn't changed. They can give it up peacefully. That position hasn't changed. And as a result, right now, we've got assets in the region and we're going to defend them.
Say that again?
Nuclear weapon, that position hasn't changed. They can give it up peacefully. That position hasn't changed. And as a result, right now, we've got assets in the region and we're going to defend them. And we're gonna be strong in the process. So people are reading into a lot of aspects right now. We're strong, we're prepared, we're defensive, and President Trump hopes there can be peace.
Peace after you just conspired with their enemy to annihilate them and bomb them. And we've been discussing this. It was literally a regime change, and that's still ongoing right now. But guys, this terror cells could be activated throughout the United States, like within hours. Within hours. This is really getting to a very, very almost point of no return situation. Almost point of no return situation. And we're seeing all kinds of breaking news. China has urged all their citizens to leave the state
Takes this
of
long to restart the
Israel
game, you fucking piece of
immediately.
shit.
Say it again.
We're seeing this news breaking.
Takes you
over
this
the
fucking
past
long to
hour
restart
the
that fucking
Chinese
piece of shit?
Yeah,
are
it took
now
like 2 minutes
advising
for the game to actually
all of their
close because I had to go to
citizens
Steam and then
leave
end the
Israel
fucking bullshit because it's a fucking
immediately.
faggot.
Now, for a lot of people that
Want me to
have not
fucking
been,
get off,
been
huh?
paying attention,
Nice, dude. Join the game.
for anyone that's like believing that Iran was actually 2 hours away from acquiring a nuclear bomb, you would have to call Tulsi Gabbard a liar. You would have to call Tulsi Gabbard
Game's
a
fucking
liar.
hard.
Good job, dog.
If Iran was hours, 2 hours, I've heard different, dude. I've heard it's either 2 hours, 2 days, or 2 weeks. We've been hearing from Israel, right? If that's true, then Tulsi Gabbard is a liar, chat. U.S. intelligence assessed just weeks ago that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon. The IC intelligence community continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon. And Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program he suspended in 2003. The IC is monitoring if Tehran decides to reauthorize its nuclear weapons program. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, March 25th, 2025. So you tell me, guys, who's lying? Who's lying? Who's lying, guys? Is Trump's administration lying to you that there was no imminent threat of a nuclear bomb? Huh? Or is Israel that is giving Trump this new intel, lying that they were 2 hours, 2 days, or 2 weeks away from a nuclear bomb? Is Tulsi Gabbard a liar? Is he lying to the president? Is she a liar, guys? Which one is it? That was just 2 months ago, chat. 2 months ago. The Trump administration was telling you Iran hasn't even reauthorized it. It's not ongoing, according to U.S. intelligence. Tulsi
Fucking
Gabbard,
faggot's still on his drone,
Trump
dude.
appointee, was telling you that this was not a threat. So out of nowhere in
What
just
the
2
fucking
months,
thing?
2 months, the Iranians, I mean, we literally heard Netanyahu say they were on the verge of acquiring like 6 to 8 nuclear bombs.
Nice, dude.
This had to be put to rest.
Faggot won't get off his goddamn drone, dude.
Coming from
Oh,
Israel.
yo, go try and get that bitch.
No, don't tell me to fucking do shit, yo. You down them, alright?
Nuclear bomb. They can't acquire a nuclear bomb. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. You tell me, who do you think Trump is believing? Is Trump believing? Or is he believing Israeli intelligence? I think Trump is clearly believing Israeli intelligence, and it's their prerogative, it's in their interest to bring the United States alongside of them to trigger the war that Netanyahu has always wanted
That's
to
the
establish
dumbest
with
shit
their Israel
ever.
agenda. And that is war with
Oh.
Iran. Iran's got the big swinging penis, okay, in the Middle East. And that's exactly what Israel wants to be. All right?
Brace for it!
They want control of the entire region. And this is where I'm asking Trump supporters. And I'm just like, okay, well, I guess Tulsi Gabbard's lying to all of you, right? I guess Tulsi Gabbard was lying to all of us a couple months ago. A couple months ago. So people
Good.
are going to have to wrestle with that. People are gonna have to wrestle with that. So yes, if you're just tuning in, we've been live for like 30 minutes. This has just been a very, very sensitive breaking news cycle the past hour with President Trump seemingly escalating the situation with a statement on
Dude, sounds like you're violating him.
Terrified, but I don't know if I believe it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure if I believe it. Pete Hegseth has clarified that
Friendly, last operator
the
standing.
U.S. military is
Jump off the
mobilizing.
building.
The U.S. military is mobilizing air assets, air defense assets, etc. In the region. All right, they are in the region. And
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
My head's in the fucking wall.
Has clarified after Trump's comments that They are only mobilizing via taking defensive positions. They're only taking defensive positions. And we also have a report. This is Gunther Eagleman on X. Just in, American forces are maintaining their defensive posture. And that has not changed. We will defend American interests. This is coming from the White House. Now, I don't know if I believe this. I could be wrong. And you can't blame me for being a little skeptical right now. Because the Israelis literally threw President Trump under the bus.
Friendly drone
President Trump
deployed.
seemed to confirm
Op 4 is reinforcing its
that
location.
he was fully aware that Israel was going to conduct this strike and start this war.
You shit.
And he gave the impression that it wasn't going to happen. That peace talks and diplomatic talks, he posted that on Truth Social the morning that this war started last Thursday. Signaling even to MAGA, even to Americans, okay, we're not going to war, thanks, sir, this is what we voted you for.
But dog, you're spawning at the wrong spot.
And then the war started.
10
And then
seconds to go.
shortly after, the day after, the administration tried claiming they had invaded. The Israelis who immediately said Trump knew. Trump went
Found a
along with
bomb.
it.
Make your way to its
To deceive
location.
Iran.
All I'm
So they
saying
wouldn't
is
be
I would
alerted
never
to the fact that
feed
this
just
and then President Trump took to Truth Social and gave multiple statements. And he was saying, well, they should have took the deal. They should have took the deal. They should have took the deal. Right? So now that President Trump has declared on Truth Social, we can take a look at this. The entire base is totally confused, totally divided. And I fully agree with that. I told you MAGA was... one way or another.
Fucking dumbasses.
It's inevitable, right? It is totally inevitable.
Good fucking
This
piece of
is a
shit.
statement that has everybody eyebrows raised. Iran should have signed the deal.
Oh
This
my
was
god,
maybe
dude,
about,
that's fucking
what,
amazing.
couple hours ago. Iran should have signed the deal I told them to sign. What a shame. Wasted human life.
Friendly, last
Simply
operator
stated,
standing.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. This is all past tense. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. Now, this can mean many things. Is President Trump, obviously he's fully
Op
aware that
4
something's
eliminated all friendlies.
all right? He's fully aware something's coming. What that something is, we don't know, because shortly after this statement, military assets in the region began to mobilize, and then now Pete Hegseth just went on Fox News on Jesse Waters and confirmed that we are moving, but we are taking defensive positions. And the only issue, I mean, this could also mean that Israel, a lot of people have been speculating that they're about
Reviving
to
someone
really get
bombs
down
into the office.
in the Middle East. Some people speculating, are they going to launch a nuke? Are they going to nuke Tehran? Some people are speculating, is something huge coming from Israel? Total annihilation. They've been bombing the capital. They've been bombing their water supply,
Be ready to
resources,
engage,
floodings,
Op
mass
4.
floodings are taking place, but also Israel's been getting hit. As Iran has been responding, remember I was telling you guys, only a certain amount of time is going to keep in mind, because both sides are going to run out of their resources, especially Israel. Israel does not have a lot of time. Unless America steps in and uses to replenish, keep funding, and I still think a false flag is on
10
the
seconds
horizon
to insertion.
that will officially trigger Trump
5
into
seconds.
fully getting involved offensively. Now, we are already
Op
involved.
4 has located a bomb.
You are
Be
already
ready for
paying
hostile
this.
action.
You. Okay, Trump's promise of winning wars under his watch is dead. Okay? It's dead. It's dead. And I'm saying this as a Trump voter, a Trump supporter, okay? It's dead.
Mission failed. All friendlies
He's
have
got a
been
new
neutralized.
war
Well, I've
under
already
his
just
watch.
got them all to kill
This is
each
under
other
his
on the
watch.
other team.
Apparently he knew about it. Now, obviously, Trump has a strategy here. Obviously, he keeps calling for Iran. It's a strategy of submission, and a strategy of submission in order to get Iran to tap out, right? However, that's risky. That's risky. Because you are dealing with people that are not only interested in acts of diplomacy. Now, Iran, absolutely, very well, is not the sweetest angels ever. And I've never taken the position that I support Iran. I've taken the position that I support America. I support the United States of America, and I support what President Trump ran on: no more new wars, no more new intervention, no more America getting sucked into Israel's crap any longer. And here we are. So that's why people are pissed. So anyone that's coming out and saying, well, you just want Iran to get a nuke. Tulsi Gabbard told us just 2 months ago that they were nowhere near that. So did she lie? Did the Trump administration lie to you 2 months ago? And now here we are. They did, and we're on the verge of getting a nuke. That's justifying President Trump having a new war under his belt? Because I was promised during the 2024 campaign that President Trump could pick up the phone and put an end to this.
Dude, this shit is
Between
fucking gay,
Palestine and
man.
Israel with one phone call. And what
Did
did
the
I
same
get?
shit
What did we
again,
get
man.
Now? We have a new war between Israel and Iran. Total escalation. Massive escalation.
Did you get off the game?
And this is what, and by the way,
Sure.
I think this was going to happen regardless. If Kamala Harris would have won, this was still going to happen. This was still going to happen. Because sadly, the reality is, I don't think we've had a president that can truly tell Israel no since JFK.
My brain.
Honestly, I think that's what it comes down to.
An
I think
invite?
that's what it comes down to. I don't think we've had a president
Yeah,
that
it
can
doesn't
tell
show-
Israel
okay.
no since JFK. Right? And so, like, there are people trying to twist themselves up into all
yeah.
kinds of mental gymnastics, trying to
Your shit.
justify this, and I'm just
It's
like,
your
dude,
shit, dude.
this is not what
Yeah,
Trump
man.
ran on. Like, obviously, we believe in the
Fucking
peace
game's
through
running like
strength
shit
doctrine.
today.
We will always believe in American self-defense. If
Go
America
another
is
fucking
attacked, we're not
hour
gonna sit here
till
and
your
just
shit
forget.
fucking resets, man.
But getting involved and getting engaged in these never-ending conflicts, particularly in the Middle East,
Hold on,
the
let me
war in
open the
Russia and
task-
Ukraine has not stopped.
the Task manager. See if that
And obviously, a
does it
lot of people are
quicker.
taking a look and saying, wow, Iran's in bad shape because it's looking like Russia's not going to step in and help. It's
Yeah,
possible.
see, and again, in
but that's
Task
because
Manager
Russia is
doesn't
still
even
at
end
war
it. I have to
in
go to
Ukraine,
Steam
which
and end it.
Trump said he was going to stop that too.
Shit is so broken.
So it's just not looking good, man. It's not looking good. And I just go with what we're. This is so pissed. Off that they're trying to find a way to quell everybody and shut everybody up. That is saying you promised no new wars.
Ugh.
You said this issue going on between these Jews and these Muslims would no longer be happening. And it's escalated. It's gone beyond just Israel and Gaza. Now it's Israel and Iran under your watch. You said you would pick up the phone and put a stop to it. That's what we voted for. And you know, I think a lot of people are just lying to themselves. You know, they're just, well, Trump's trying to get the deal. Trump's trying to get the deal. Maybe, but that's if it works. Because I'll tell you right now, if Iran activates sleeper cells in the United States of America, like actual, they do exist, actual real sleeper cells in the United States, and Americans start dying on his watch, bro. My goodness, you know, my goodness. That's a gamble, dude. That's a gamble. And the reason why the White House is doing this is because people are pissed. Trump's not going to be able to get out of that, dude. He's not. It's his own words. You know, that's not me twisting them or like taking them out of context. Like, bro, you.
Yeah, get out of the
How many
fucking
of you watched the
game.
entire 2024 campaign with me on this channel. And all we were promised was no more new wars. We got a new war. But ultimately, we were promised that this conflict between these
Oh
Jews
my god,
and
dude.
these
This
Muslims
game's
would
retarded.
cease.
Hold on.
Because Americans were tired of funding this crap. And you are funding this. Make no mistake, you are funding this. So, I love Trump, man. Trump's one of my all-time heroes ever. The man literally had his head nearly explode. For this? For this? Did Trump nearly get assassinated for this? Oh, and by the way, Netanyahu was on mainstream news reiterating that. He was on Fox News on Sunday. Remember I told you we got to listen to that? We're going to listen to it. Netanyahu doubled down and said that the Iranians have attempted to assassinate President Trump multiple times. Feeding into this. So the Americans are back in 2001, 2003, the war on terrorism. Just be ready for a false flag any day now, guys. Be ready. Be ready. And listen, man, I love Trump. Trump is one of my all-time heroes ever. And this is beyond disappointing. And I think a lot of people
Realize
feel
how
like
pathetic this shit is, dude.
totally justified. Like this is
Yeah, it's fun though.
not looking good, chat. It's not looking good.
Friendly drone deployed.
It's not looking
Op
good.
4
So
is
we are getting
reinforcing
reports.
its location.
I mean, look, you got Lindsey Graham on Fox. Take a look at this. All right, here we go. Look at Warhawk, Mr. Wargasm himself on Fox News pushing for U.S. involvement.
Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator, you were praising the president for his patience and seeking peace and going back to the table and back to the table. You can't say that he didn't try to give them an opportunity, knowing what the eventual
10 seconds to
outcome
go.
is going to be. And, he said, I told them it's a
5
shame, it's
seconds to
against
go.
human life, they can't have a nuclear weapon. And everyone should immediately...
Located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
All I'm saying is feed jelly beans to my child.
There's two ways to stop Iran from having a nuclear weapon. One is diplomacy, the other is force. I think the headline tonight is we're moving into the land of force. I think Iran has allowed themselves to be fooled into thinking they could manipulate Trump. Same old tactics with the wrong guy when it comes to Trump. To all those who voted for President Trump and got him in office, God bless you. We have the right guy for the right time. These are dangerous times. Why do we say no nuclear weapons for Iran? They're a religious theocracy. They're built around the extreme version of Islam. They want to destroy Saudi Arabia and the Sunni branch of Islam.
Are these people retarded,
Jews
bro?
in Israel and come after us. That's what their whole country is built upon. A theocratic view that there's nobody else in the world but them when it comes to worshiping God. If they had a nuclear weapon, they would use it. Israel believes that, I believe that. So here's the task at hand. We all in President Trump and the nuclear threat. If we need to provide bombs to Israel, provide bombs.
Would you kill the other guy too?
Planes with Israel,
No, but I friendly fired him with the drone. I got him hurt. Somebody else one shot him.
Tom Cotton is coming on. He made a great observation.
Look at this monitor.
Friendly, last operator standing.
Chanting death to America, death to Israel since their very founding. It's time to close the chapter on the Iranian Ayatollah and his henchmen. Let's close that chapter soon and start a new chapter in the Mideast, one of tolerance and the Trump
Very clear tonight, Senator, and that...
There's the Warhawk. He had to clear his nose of all the semen. He had to clear his nose of all the semen because he's having a total wargasm tonight.
What the fuck is happening in the background?
He had to clear his nose of all the semen,
You must recover the diffuser.
I don't know if I want to report this.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
I'm just hearing word out on the street.
Okay, I'm killing too breezy because this fucking guy.
If I mean
Huh?
we're hearing this from
This guy's mic is
CBS.
horrible.
Not sure if this is legit. But President Trump is not leaving the G7 meeting early due to Israel-Iran ceasefire talks. He is still departing early. So, I think that's a clarification. Trump is not leaving the G7 meeting early due to Israel-Iran ceasefire talks. He is still departing early. So, I think what they're trying to say is Trump is not leaving early because Israel and Iran are talking about a ceasefire. He's just leaving early.
Friendly
Something's
drone
about to go
deployed. Op
Word out
4
on the
is
street, what I'm hearing
reinforcing
is
its
Israel's
location.
about to do something big. And that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. I don't want to officially report the terminology I'm hearing. But Israel is planning something big, and it would make sense because they've been talking this way. Okay, and you got all the usual
10 seconds
suspects.
to
Okay,
insertion.
I just showed you. Lindsey Graham wants America involved, not defensively,
Insertion in 5
offensively.
seconds.
Okay, so you have the Rhino Republicans, and now you have the Democrats.
Found a
Why?
bomb.
Because they all
Make your
belong
way to
to
its
AIPAC.
location and defuse it.
Senator Mark Kelly suggests he would support the United States attacking Iran to take out its underground nuclear facilities, but says he'd rather see a deal made through negotiations. So he supports it. He supports it. Take a look.
Would you support if the U.S. decided to strike Iran directly, even if U.S. forces have not been attacked?
Nice. Nice, dude.
Iran's nuclear capability completely disarmed. It is a tough problem. You would have to hit those facilities, the underground facilities, with GBU-57. You know, the massive ordnance penetrator. It's a 5,000-pound weapon. The Israelis, not only do they not have the weapon, they don't have the ability to deliver it, even if they did have it, you know, at this point. So, Anderson, this is a complicated problem. I think it's going to be hard. Even once you try to strike something that's underground.
Down to one friendly.
You know, my view on this is ultimately if you wanted to completely eliminate the ability for them to get to someday down the line, get to a nuclear weapon, you have to remove the uranium-235, the uranium hexafluoride gas, first put into
Op
the
4
centrifuges.
eliminated all
You have to
friendlies.
destroy all the centrifuges. That would take a capability that, in my view, the Israelis currently do not have. I don't want to see this escalate. I think maybe
Think that's funny, dog?
I do.
Man blowing himself up.
in the
Yeah.
next couple days,
Yeah.
or maybe in a week or so,
Especially
that the
that.
Iranians would agree to come to some sort of negotiated settlement to get us back to a point where they are not going to continue to develop a nuclear weapon, and we can do it in a way that's verifiable.
Senator Mark Kelly, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Go ahead.
You can sodomize me later. That's what he's thinking. That's what Anderson Cooper's thinking. Oh yeah, Mark. Yeah.
Don't drink smoothies before watching.
Reloaded!
Why Texas women can eat whatever they want.
This thing's just floating in the air, dude.
I don't care. I don't care what she said.
10 seconds back.
I don't care what she said. I believe that they're about to get a nuke.
5 seconds.
And then shortly after, Tulsi Gabbard put out a statement saying, "Well, yeah, what I said."
Op 4 has located.
What the president is saying. If you just read the rest of the statement, nah. Very strange, very strange. I think Tulsi Gabbard. We're gonna talk
Nice,
about that.
dude.
I'm getting so
And
unlucky
there
this
are
game.
Why do you fucking
You better
suck,
be running
dude?
next match, fat bitch.
You had one fucking job, dude.
U.S. military
One.
assets, including naval ships, the Nimitz, and we have our birds in the sky. This has been going on as well. We have U.S. military assets in the region, and as a result, today President
This
Trump
is
there were
bullshit, man.
discussions, whether or not the United States will escalate and bomb Iran, particularly one of their nuclear.
Friendly, last operator standing. Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
What the fuck was that Kelka?
Your facilities that is embedded underground in a mountain, and
You're on your own, dude.
Israel does not have the
Can't carry you anymore, man. I can't fucking carry you anymore, dude.
and
Fucking piece of
therefore
shit.
America will need to intervene to penetrate such an installation to stop them from acquiring a nuke. And so President Trump has been convening
You know it's time for
the
dog.
situation room, and he's had multiple meetings with his
Yeah, what's that?
advisory councils, etc., to determine whether the United States this was discussed. Nothing was confirmed as of today, as of what I am seeing.
Yeah, I mean, if this game,
Shut up.
And but it
Depending on
is
how
being
this game
discussed
goes,
as to
maybe.
whether or not the United States will escalate,
Fucking put on the
intervene, and go offensive. And this is why I've been telling people you're already involved. The United States is already involved. We've chosen a side. All of the Rhino Republican neocons were immediately calling for President Trump to finish the job and secure the regime change in Iran, which would require an escalation militarily on the U.S.'s part, meaning going on the offense. President Trump left the G7 summit in Canada early and
Friendly
returned to
drone
D.C.
deployed.
on Monday
Op 4 is
evening after
reinforcing
telling
its
everyone
location.
to evacuate Tehran. The White House said President Trump left the G7 summit after he had dinner with the heads of state. On Tuesday, President Trump prepared to meet with his National Security Council in the Situation Room to discuss whether to strike Iran or not. According to Axios, Trump is seriously considering a strike on Iran's nuclear facilities, a very specific nuclear facility, that is. U.S. officials told Axios that the United States is focusing on Fordow Plant,
10
a
seconds
nuclear
to go.
facility under a mountain, and it would take a U.S.-made bunker-busting
5
weapon to
seconds before
destroy
insertion.
the plant. So, like I said, anything coming out of Axios, Wall Street
You found
Journal,
a bomb.
take it
Make
with
your
a
way
grain
to
of
its
salt.
location and defuse it.
It will only
Silent
be
as.
confirmed unless the administration confirms it, Trump confirms it, or if they go and do it. So, I'll show this stuff to you guys, but like I said, take it with a grain of salt. But it does appear that the administration is moving in this direction. And I do think Jack Posobiec was on Timcast tonight and confirmed that his sources informed him that yes, the Trump administration is discussing potential U.S. strikes in Iran. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. Discussing could mean anything. Discussing could mean we're seeing this all in the news. Are any of you saying this? Are any of you leaking anything? No, sir, we're not. It's just Axios just got a promise for us. Okay, well, just so you guys all know, we're not doing that. Okay, end of conversation. That's what that, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying it. That's what it could be. It could be. I don't know. Right? Read out! Here we are. Okay? President Trump said, we now have, on Truth Social, these are confirmed, we now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, and plenty of it. But it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA, President Trump said. He also said, and this is why many Americans are speculating, okay, well, maybe President Trump is getting ready to pull the trigger because he's talking like this. He's calling for unconditional surrender. Loading you, and then he said this: "We know exactly where the so-called Supreme Leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to make him killed, at least not for now. But we don't want missiles to hit civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin." So Trump is waiting on something. There's something that this man is waiting for in between a possible major assassination of the supreme leader of Iran, which historically never really go according to plan. I mean, there is the mass potential of a failed state, mass chaos, destabilization, but kind of, you know, reining that back in could be problematic. That's like a whole other war. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Trump says. Obviously, a major threat, not a veiled threat, an open threat,
5 seconds.
directly to the supreme leader of Iran, not only indicating to the Iranians and the...
Woo! There you go, I'm going on! Peanut butter on my cock. Yeah, rubbing peanut butter on my cock.
But we're not, at least for now.
I definitely know who I'm going after now. Yeah.
And also, President Trump seems to be aware that there is the potential of a retaliation, not only against Iranian civilians, if this is what he means by, but we don't want missiles shot at civilians.
Yes.
Now, it's entirely possible that the supreme leader is hiding in a highly civilian-populated area, which would make sense, because that's what Hamas and Muslims do.
Friendly drone deployed.
Which, by the way, if you actually pay attention to what happened the past few days, some of Israel's major, important government installations that Iran targeted were in civilian-populated areas in downtown Tel Aviv. Don't you find that interesting? How they always accuse Hamas and the Muslims of hiding in hospitals, hiding in schools, hiding in populated areas, so they protect themselves from getting bombed. But the Israelis literally establish
5 seconds to go.
Their government buildings, their very high-profile places.
You've located a bomb.
Tel Aviv,
Make your way to its location and defuse it.
If you keep walking around with a chip on your shoulder,
they're
you are
bombing!
bound to
They're
get
bombing civilian areas! They do the same thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Someone who created Hamas and who taught them those tactics, right? Who taught them those tactics? Sounds a little strategic to me. Why would you have those types of installations in downtown Tel Aviv where civilians are? Because you know, if bombs them, you can play the victim.
You must recover the diffuser.
That's exactly why. This statement right here.
Hey Brock, you're a pussy.
That President Trump is concerned about the retaliation. President Trump said, but we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. So the commander-in-chief is concerned about a retaliation against U.S. troops.
You have dropped it.
That's on his radar, that's on his mind, and he's signaling that to the world. And he ended the statement today by stating, our patience is wearing thin. So Trump is waiting on something. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Trump said. A lot of contradicting statements, okay? So, and then he declared unconditional surrender. Right? obviously this is escalation, big time escalation. And, and I wanted to say this too. I had to say this because I'm seeing this all over social media. I did post this on X, and I just want to signal to people out there. People, especially if you were aware and you were awake, or if you've been red-pilled since around 9/11, post 9/11, people have legit PTSD, bro. They have legit PTSD. People have a trauma because they were lied to. They were lied to about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and Afghanistan. And 9/11 was the catalyst that really propelled
How's the game
narrative
going, dog?
for the United States to go to war. And Israel benefited off of that. And I'm gonna warn you, like I'm legitimately gonna warn you.
Op 4 eliminated
any, like,
all
neocon
friendly.
or Zionist retard out there in MAGA,
Oh.
like, if you're is like this very like a shame mentality, almost like a mocking and a shaming mentality. I'm just gonna tell you on this specific subject, take my advice. You are only gonna cause them to double down on their suspicions and double down on what they're sensing, and they will only conclude that I'm spot on here because I've already been through this before, and we're going through it again right now. There are some differences, but this is what Israel has always wanted. And I will tell you right now, if that's your approach, you are
I like watching videos of black men shaking their booty cheeks.
themselves, okay, I must be over the target here. Because why are these people trying to get me?
Fuck was that, dude?
What Americans already fell for.
What was that?
This guy's
Post
so
9/11.
good, bro.
So all I'm going to tell you is if your approach is on
Said
this
that.
subject, on this subject, if your approach is to shame people that don't want to repeat,
Deploying ADS.
yeah, they're not winning with anybody. I'm just going to be honest with you. You will only psychologically cause them.
Reloaded.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, these Zionists and these neocons that did this last time
5
are
seconds to
wanting
insertion.
me to do it again, and they're attacking me for not wanting to do this again. Does
Located
that
by
make
Op
sense
4.
to you guys? So
Not
just
very
a friendly warning out there, because that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people take this approach, and it's only causing us to conclude, you know what? We're over the target here. We're not doing this again. So, you know, and it's low IQ. You noticed a lot of these like Zionists in MAGA or even, you know, self-proclaimed Christians. Have you noticed they never intellectually want to debate or argue based off of any type of evidence or any type of intellectual idea? It's always anti-Semite, Jew hate, Jew hate, Jew hate, Jew hate. It's just Jew hate. You're just into Jew hate. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's low IQ. They can't even debate because there's nothing to debate. Now, a lot of these people are sincerely and severely compromised, or they're just
Fucking
low
idiot.
IQ. It's a waste of money. Maybe
Your dog. Da, da, da.
Yeah, after this game.
Fucking faggot.
How Texas families can eat whatever they want. So is that your mom? No, that's my grandma. What? How old is she?
the show or drop some Rumble rants if you can. I always put that out there because people are always sending me emails. How do I support? How do I support? How do I support? Well, the number one way to support this show is those
Reload!
memberships. And so we appreciate you guys. Anytime. So, thank you. But we got a lot to cover tonight. Still, the entire world is
How the fuck did that do that?
waiting to see what the United States does under the leadership of President Donald J. Trump. Now, there is a report floating around right now, and as I've been telling you guys, when you hear stuff from like Axios, Wall Street Journal, I'll show it to you guys, but just take it with a grain of salt. And nothing is truly confirmed until it happens, or if Trump comes out and says something. But The entire world is waiting and watching, and I've been hearing some stuff from my military buddies. I'm not gonna put it out yet. I'm just kind of curious to see what happens over the next 48 hours. Very interesting stuff, but I'm waiting to see what the president is going to do. Massive rumors, and now we're hearing these speculated reports from the Wall Street Journal. Which has caught everybody's attention the past few hours, and even Gateway Pundit seems to be amplifying this Wall Street Journal report. President Trump approved attack plans for Iran, but withheld order to see if Tehran will abandon nuclear program, according to the Wall Street Journal. As I tell you guys, take it with a grain of salt. We'll see what happens, but this is what the Wall Street Journal is reporting, that President Trump on Tuesday night told aides, allegedly, that he approved attack plans for Iran, but was holding off his final order to see if Tehran would agree to abandon his nuclear weapons program. Their nuclear weapons program, according to the Wall Street Journal. So take it with a grain of salt. On Tuesday, President Trump revealed the United States has control over Iran skies, and we went over that last night. He's calling for the unconditional surrender of Iran after Mike Huckabee told him he's in a Truman moment. His 1945 about to nuke Japan moment. It's crazy to me. It's still wild. I've been thinking about that all day today. The entire world is awaiting and watching, with the Wall Street Journal reporting on Tuesday, President Trump appeared to meet with his National Security Council in the Situation Room to discuss whether to strike Iran or not. And this was Axios reporting that Trump was seriously considering a strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. U.S. officials told Axios that allegedly the United States is focusing on Fordo Plant, nuclear facility under a mountain, and it would take a U.S.-made bunker busting weapon to the entire world is watching.
Dude,
Trump
I fucking
right
can't
now.
even see this guy, bro. He's blending in with fucking blood.
That the Iranians were making.
Wow, he could see my entire
state
body.
media
What the
were making
fuck am I
big
playing?
threats and threatening that something big was coming. And we have not seen that.
You're
So like
gonna
I tell you
fucking
guys,
listen to
when
me
we're
now?
reporting on this type of stuff, especially like wartime
The
type
fuck
of stuff,
is this,
it's very
dude?
fluid. It's very fluid. Stuff is changing by the minute, by the hour, definitely by the day. But
Yeah, I don't want to play this.
and it definitely seems that MAGA kind of doesn't know
Aye.
what to think.
What else you want to
A
play,
lot of
dog?
people that truly took Trump's word that there would be no new wars under his watch. A lot of
Would you mind
people
if I played
that
League?
are taking issue with obviously
I wouldn't
President
mind.
Trump
I don't
ran
give a
on
shit.
ending the conflict between Israel and these Muslims in the region, and it actually has escalated to where we are today. So if you're wondering why people are taking issue with that, it's because of President Trump's campaign promises. And we've gone over this various times. Yes, President Trump has mentioned for years that he will not allow Iran under any circumstances to acquire a nuclear bomb. But then again, we've been told from Netanyahu and the Israelis since before I was born that Iran, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. U.S. officials preparing for possible strike on Iran this weekend. But we'll see if these reports turn out to be true. And it's all because Israel insists that Iran is about to have a nuke. And we don't get any proof. We don't get any proof. You're supposed to just trust Israel as if they're God. Trust your idol. Trust your idol, you stupid goy Americans. Trust your idol. Trust your idol. So, we'll see what the outcome ends up being if this is the direction that Trump is going in. We will see. We will see. Okay, back.
All right, let's stop. And maybe we're spending a little too much time focused abroad and not enough time focused on the people sleeping outside Union Station.
So, look, I absolutely think we need to focus at home emphatically, and we need to focus on prosperity. We need to focus on reducing the debt, reducing spending, empowering people, low taxes, small businesses. American free enterprise. It's the most powerful force for fighting poverty the world has ever seen. I'm 1,000% there. I also recognize it is a dangerous world, and part of the responsibility of leaders, part of
and the city's more dangerous. So I'm saying, like, no Iranian's ever gonna kill me, but I could get carjacked. And I just don't understand how the Congress could run this city and focus on the dangers of Iran when the city is garbage.
But Congress doesn't run the city. We could.
Congress does run the city. It's in the Constitution.
It's in the Constitution, but they've given home rule, so it's a Democrat mayor who runs it.
You control the Congress.
I vote for it, but it is a question of math.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, why? How can people ignore? It's like if my own kids are drug addicts, but I'm focused on my neighbor's kids. It's like I'm neglecting my own kids, and there's a sense in which Congress is neglecting the country that elected them in favor of this relentless focus on other people's problems.
Yep.
That's the way it feels as an American.
And our veterans are being neglected too. The same people that went and fought in these never-ending wars and really got nothing out of it. Unfortunately, they get disrespected. They get put on hold whenever they call for help.
There are lots of problems in America that we need to fix. Why is D.C. a pit? Because you have a mayor and a Democrat city council that won't let police officers arrest bad guys. And in every city you see across the country, whether it's New York, whether it's Chicago, whether it's L.A., whether it's San Francisco, if you have Democrats, we see the L.A. riots, where they won't let people be arrested. All right.
Then why not work in regime change here? Why not use the bully pulpit?
What do you think I do every day?
The unseen blade is the deadliest.
We're going to shut this place down unless they fix it. They're mad about it. What did Putin do to Washington? Nothing.
Look, in terms of regime change, let's talk this week. The riots in L.A., I've made very clear that the cause of those riots are Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. And when you elect communists who hate America, who stop law enforcement from arresting criminals, you get what you get on the street.
Amen, I agree.
My in-laws are Californians, and they're wonderful people. Heidi grew up on the Central Coast of California, and I remember I was texting with my mother-in-law, and I think I sent her a video of criminals going to a store and just looting in California. And her response, she said something like, "Well, this is really terrible. I wish we could. It's a shame we can't do anything about this." I said, "Yes, you can. Go in and arrest them, throw their butts in jail, put them in handcuffs,
100%.
And it stops."
Exactly.
And so we know how to fix these things. And DC I think DC voted, if I remember right, 92% Democrats.
We're gonna lose
Democrat
1,000%.
policies don't work, and they destroy
Yeah, dude.
the community that they are in charge of.
Why is that?
Because Mundo's fucking broken.
I'm looking at you, dog.
Yes, I'd be all for it.
Who's against it?
Susan Collins is really vocally against it. So on questions of home rule, so for example, let's take an issue you and I care a lot about, the COVID
Faggots playing sad, dude.
Only a faggot would say that.
DC was proposing, the DC
Fag.
school district was proposing throwing
Fucking
out of
makes sense.
school any child that was not vaccinated. And at the time, if I remember correctly, it was something like 40% of the African American students in DC were not vaccinated. So we're talking about literally throwing out 40% of the kids at public school. And so I had a vote on the Senate floor to say, look, they can't throw kids out of school for this. And we ended up having a big argument, and part of the argument was home rule, where there were, and Susan was the most vocal Republican that's like, no, we have to let DC run. And I'm like, why?
So what's the story in this game?
And it ended up, by the way,
I don't know if it's cities, really big or really small countries that are against each other. Kind of like territories. I think there's Noxus, there's Ionia or something. And there are a few others like mythical places, mythical characters.
Get an education, and the Democrats were more than happy to say, we don't care.
I don't know. I think that might just happen.
What is it? The
inevitably.
void. So like Kha'Zix is a void creature.
Or to hell with you.
The weird sort of
Can you, I mean, again,
alien.
Dr. Mundo?
I agree with you more, but can you feel the
I don't know
frustration
where he's
of
from.
people, including your voters, every American, at the emphasis on foreign obviously.
Like Zed's. I can't remember if he's a ninja. That's like what he's actually called.
Tragedy of what's happening to our country. The dollars spent, the aid packages to Ukraine to pay the retirement of civil servants in a country that we have nothing to do with. The endless
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Very expensive.
Here we go.
When people are literally buying groceries on credit in the United States, can you feel like nothing against Ukraine or Israel or any other?
30 seconds until minions
Support
spawn.
for Israel very expensive. How much support do we give to Israel?
Well, you tell me. You vote for it.
Yeah, it's about $3 billion a year. It's the military assistance.
Is that the only assistance?
Yeah, we just have military assistance. Israel does not have additional assistance. There's an MOU, a memorandum of understanding, and it's $3 billion a year.
So what is it costing to support the bombing campaign to protect Israel right now from Iran?
So I don't know right now, but I'll tell you this. Let's go back to the touchstone on foreign
Minions
policy.
has spawned.
American interest. Our support, our military support for Israel is massively in America's national security
Well, what does it
and
cost?
it benefits us enormously.
Well, before we can
Here we go.
Before we can
Strap
make independent
on.
judgments about whether or not that's true, and I'm certainly open to it, I think we need to know what it
$3 billion a year. I guarantee you, it's more.
costs. So what's the annual cost of defending Israel? Do you know?
Secrets kept on weapons wasted.
The cost of the weapons for Israel, the cost of U.S. the cost of moving ships.
Look at those midget things.
All of that. Do you know what's
Called minions.
And there's some lag when the administration under
Is that another player?
President Trump has made some decisions. And we'll know the cost over time, but I don't know the last week.
Why aren't you fighting him?
We'll give you the $1 billion price tag later. All right. You'll get the billion. You'll get it in your taxes
He
later.
probably wins the fight if I come out level 6.
Annual cost is
So what are you gonna do?
and that's the principal driver.
It's called scaling.
Thank you for explaining, dude.
And so the longer the game goes, the stronger you get. I'm gonna try to run Botman to kill their ranged character. That's kind of like the job out of an assassin. So he has many AoE abilities that.
The truth lies in darkness.
They probably do.
Balance is weakness.
One of the things about being a conservative, you don't. Part of the reason socialism doesn't work is the mantra according to his abilities to each according to his needs doesn't work. As a conservative,
Brave the shadows.
every one of our and I'm not
I understand that, and I'm not mad at them.
Without a sound.
An ally has been slain.
That your guiding the only criteria
guiding the overwhelm.
is in America's interest.
Ally has been slain.
Does it destroy that statue thing?
Yeah, it's my turn. In a way, you don't really want to destroy it until like later in the game, so you can actually farm.
Hey, E-River in the chat.
So you can actually have some discussion.
Destroy Israel, and that's exactly what these rebels want. Hey,
Because
E-River,
once you
why don't you go
destroy
sign up for the
other
IDF
turret,
and go
basically
die
just
for
takes all
Israel
your
yourself then, dude? If you're not gonna practice what you preach, then just shut the hell up and sit down already, dude. I'm so sick of people like you. Seriously. Seriously. A retard, dude. Look at this guy. We can't let Iran destroy Israel, but I'm not gonna go die for Israel. I'm not gonna lay my life down to make that happen. I just want all the young people to go die over there. Moron. You're a hypocrite. That's what you are. You are a hypocrite. That's what you are. You're a hypocrite.
Secrets kept.
I've yet to hear one person be like, you know what? I'll practice.
Honestly, I don't remember what this guy does, so I don't know if I can fight
And
him.
I will go
I'm
lay
not-
down
I'm
my
probably
life.
gonna have to fight him soon.
No, everyone else has to go die. All of our money has to go to this. We can't go to it, huh?
Let's go.
Retard. Wild.
Okay, wouldn't an American lawmaker say to a foreign state, you're not allowed to spy on us?
But he's gonna respond.
Well, I just killed him, so I don't know.
It's kind of weird not to say that. But you don't
You're gonna get one life.
No, you respawn.
An ally has been slain.
I think it's disgusting. Like, we don't actually pay their
master.
You know, we're not their most meaningful sponsor. We're not paying for the operations.
But he does more damage than I do, so me killing him is actually good.
I agree, Ted. I think your obsession with Israel is kind of weird, bro. I agree, man. I agree. Oh, you can be obsessed with Israel just as long as it's in our positive light. But any negative, oh, you're just obsessed with Israel. So are you, bro.
Yeah.
The point where you
What?
admit that they spy on
That other guy with the scythe.
My jungle. What do you mean, the character or the my jungle? He's playing a guy called Ken.
Yeah, Ted, I agree. Yeah, the obsession with Israel is kind of weird, bro. That's
Another
kind of the
player.
point here, but I think
Yep.
Do not fear.
lost the plot.
real. I don't think I'm obsessed with this.
Okay, but
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, my fucking bot lane sucks as always.
No technique is forbidden.
I still have no clue what this guy does. Pretty sure it's
What? Oh, wow, dude, that is BS, dude. That is such BS. That is such Dude, they do the lobbying for a foreign country. They're allowed to not have to register as a foreign lobby. That is so wild, dude. It's so deceptive. It's so deceptive. You want to know why? Ted Cruz is not dumb, bro. Ted Cruz is not dumb. He knows exactly what Tucker is saying, and he knows it doesn't sound America first, and he's a coward. Because he knows there are people that are listening to this thinking, wait. Who are they doing the lobbying for Israel, for a foreign country? It's an American organization. Exactly, doing the lobby for a foreign damn country. Oh my gosh, dude, what a train wreck this guy. Holy crap.
To Congress with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
So I don't even know what his ult looks like to know if he used it. That's the sad part about me not fucking playing this game.
E-River responded, chat. I'm 80 years old and seen more than you. Okay, seen.
An enemy has been slain.
No, you're 80. You probably can't see what you're typing. I'm 80 years old and seen more than you have. I don't care. So you don't think we should defend our allies? No, Israel is not our ally. If you want to complain about all the money the USA has given Ukraine, yeah, I'm complaining complaining about all the money the USA is giving Israel, you retard. Oh my gosh. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that in the chat. Look at these, dude, these Zionist MAGA boomers. Please leave. Oh my gosh, get out of my chat. Holy crap. Jeez. Get the hell out of here, man. Listen to me, sonny boy. How about you shut the hell up and listen to me? This is my show. We're America first, all right? We're America first. We are tired of fighting Israel's wars. We're tired of funding Israel's wars. And again, even if you're 80, why don't you join the IDF and take your old ass and go fight for Israel? Unreal. I've seen more than you. Shut the hell up. I don't give a damn. We're done. We are done. Yeah, just go. Just go. Go right off into the sunset. Go get out of here. Get out. Just go. Just go. Just go. Get out. This is what I'm talking about. You know what, man? You know what? Honestly. Right? This is dying. This whole ideology of worship of Israel. I was telling my wife this earlier. I'm like, you know what? They can piss and moan and cry all they want, but this is dying with a generation. It's literally going to die with this generation. Okay? So that's fine, you know? Go. Leave. There's the exit door. Get the hell out, you know? Leave, because the next generation, we're done. We're done. So, you know, you can lecture all you want. You know what I mean? You can lecture all you want, say whatever the hell you want, but the next generation, we're done. We're done. Israel's the greatest ally. Sonny boy, I've seen more than you.
Enemy killing spree.
Cool story, bro. So right off into the sunset, get the hell out of here. We're done.
Enemy rampage.
Unreal. We'll come back to this. Hold on, we're not done. We're not. Oh, it gets even spicy. So if you're kind of bored, the beginning might be a little bored, but him and Tucker. Now they're getting in. Now they're getting in. And if you tap out early tonight, you're gonna miss it. But real quick, Nbox 6877 has gifted 5 subscriptions. Congratulations to Twilight Zone 2030, Mass Genocide, Scott Breezy, Mike Merge, and Lorraine Autry. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but congratulations! Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know what? I gotta get that person out of the chat because I don't want them to know that. Where were they? What an idiot, dude. What an argument. I'm 80. Yeah, that's why you're retarded. Literally mentally retarded. I'm 80 years old. You're watching the wrong show. I'm not Charlie Kirk, okay? My audience isn't a bunch of 80-year-olds, okay?
Yeah, see, dude, I fucking know about
Yeah, get them out of the chat. I don't want them to get a gifted sub.
Secrets kept, our weapons wasted.
I don't want them. I don't want them to.
Looks like you're gonna lose, though.
Probably. Fucking subs. My bot lane is only 8. Oh my god.
What the hell? What? Hold on. That is totally false. That is totally false. Then what's the purpose? What is the purpose of ATAC? Ted Cruz is just lying, dude. He's just straight up lying. That's totally false. Totally false. He's a liar, bro. Crazy.
The fucking dude, dude. There's literally 2 of us. Fucking dumbass.
Hold up. Dude, did Ted Cruz just say that?
Balance is
What?
weakness.
No. This isn't about lobbying on the foreign government, but Israel probably gets frustrated with AIPAC because it's not strong enough. It's there. You're admitting, you're acknowledging because it's not strong enough.
The truth.
Connection, but the connection exists, but it doesn't.
Government of Israel and AIPAC.
Do they talk? Sure. If you're lobbying for more U.S.-Mexico trade, would you talk to people in the U.S., Mexico, and the government? Sure. Like if.
So I'm not mad about that. There are millions
Without
of
a sound.
I don't know a lot of those things. But AIPAC are American.
Wow, dude. What the fuck? You know, put the fucking dog on it, bro.
Why don't we admit that? That's what's happening. And why are they saying it's false?
Tradition is the corpse of wisdom.
Fever swamp. These are very reasonable.
I actually have it. I
Being feverish about it, which I'm not. I find it very tedious when you ask it, and I don't know why. So,
Our weapons wasted.
I was first elected to the Senate in 2012. I came in.
An enemy has been slain.
And
An ally has been slain.
badly wounded in a way they never came back.
Enemy double kill.
Obama did the Iran nuclear deal. And the Iran nuclear deal, I think, was catastrophic. And AIPAC went all in lobbying against it.
yeah.
And they failed. And I was the only failed. And what happened, the Obama White House told every Democrat, when I got
Enemy
and
rampage.
it's the Obama nuclear deal that caused it, because the Obama White House told every Democrat, pick. You either stand with Israel, or you're a Democrat and you stand with the Obama White House. And almost every single Democrat member of Congress said, I'm a Democrat first, to hell with Israel. And then I lost as AIPAC. Every one of those Democrats got reelected. Was supporting a bunch of politicians who cared about the Second Amendment. And you had politicians that vote to confiscate
Fear
enough.
the shrouded
And
path.
the NRA turned around
An
and
ally
raised
has been slain.
straightforward about it. AIPAC is lobbying on behalf of one country and they're not registered. And you're saying, no, that's not true. You're saying that they don't.
An enemy has been slain.
And your scent.
Oh my gosh, come on, dude. No, they don't. No, they don't. But I mean, I don't know what they do. Wow, I'm such a great ally. I'm such a great ally. You know? Well, AIPAC, they're not foreign. They're not taking directives from the Israeli government. It's an American organization. I don't know what they do.
Balance is weakness.
I just take their money, that's it. I just take their money and I push all the Zionist BS and accuse everyone of being an anti-Semite if they don't agree or bow to me. Or my master.
Working for Malaysia, Qatar, Belgium, and I'm working to have its government's interest through a group of Americans who are representing the French nation. I have to register with foreign agent registration. If I don't, I can go to jail. People have gone to jail. I know. So I don't understand why we don't just be honest.
He just said he doesn't know. Within
All the statues
15 seconds,
destroyed.
he just said, I don't know what they do.
3 of them.
So you know,
Oh,
but
my
you don't
fucking
know.
bot lane is
Okay,
1 in
Ted,
12.
you're making, and this is what I'm talking about. These people don't have good arguments.
Whoa.
And that's why they resort to, you're just an anti-Semite. You're just a Jew hater. That's all you are. You're Hitler. You're a Nazi. They become the left immediately. That's what I'm saying, is when you actually get into it with these types of people, they can't debate because they're so used to the system being rigged that you just accuse them of being an anti-Semite, accuse them of being a Jew hater, they get canceled, they get blacklisted, so they never have to debate these things. And now that Ted Cruz is in the hot seat, he's failing. He's failing miserably.
Man.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Atlanta or New York or LA, and they'll do a fundraiser and they'll get someone who'll host it, and it's usually a business owner, lawyer, doctor, someone who hosts it, and you get typically an APEC fundraiser, 30, 40, 50, maybe 100 people who live in that city,
right?
Who care about a strong U.S.-Israel relationship, and if they have 50 people, each of them writes $1,000 check, and you raise $50,000.
Yeah, I've been to an APEC fundraiser. I know what it looks like.
But that is not, and by the way, there's no representative of the Israeli government there. You have in Dallas, they're meeting with all
the conversation. I know all this. The question is are APEC's goals shaped by the goals of the Israeli government to any extent?
Okay,
It's
that's
a really
different
simple
from
question.
lobbying on behalf of.
It's a simple question. Are APEC's goals shaped by the goals of the Israeli government?
Ted Cruz reminds me of like when you first got caught as like a teenager, you know, sneaking out of your house. You just got caught, you know, sneaking out of your house, or you got caught for the first time, you know, being out doing something bad. You went out and were drinking with your buddies, and you come back and you know you're all buzzed, and your dad or your mom is like, "So, what's your story?" Well, I mean, it's just you don't make any sense at all. Like, it makes no sense. You're contradicting yourself. You're like, oh, well, you know, well, this happened, that, but, you know, but, wait, you know what day it is? I think it's Tuesday.
The way I will say is, for example, of the world. Now, and you begin, and it's
Dude, being 9-3 right now is so crazy. It's fucking insane, bro.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how they cannot debate? And where does he immediately revert to? Well, let's now set the groundwork to accuse Tucker Carlson of just being an anti-Semite and a Jew hater and obsessed with Jews. Do you know if I come out and say, you know, I'm not obsessed with Jews, I just don't care about Israel, I get accused of being an anti-Semite? But they flip it on you somehow because you're concerned about Israel's foreign influence in our government, and whether they're legit or as putting our interests first. See, but this is why Cruz will now get into this mode because he can't debate. He can't debate, and now he's going to get into the character assassination mode. That's what they do. These people. Dude, they cannot debate, dude.
But I am sad. On behalf not simply of myself, but on my many Jewish friends who would have the same questions, which is to what extent, and it's interesting you're trying to derail my questions, but on which you are, I cannot, of course you are, and rather than be honorable enough to say it right to my face, I'm not saying I'm implying it, I'm asking questions about the Jews. I'm not asking questions.
Sleazy feline. You're a sleazy feline. Oh my gosh, dude. A sleazy feline. Tucker Carlson just called him a sleazy feline.
About the Jews. I have... There's nothing...
By the way, you're the one that just called me, I think, a sleazy feline. So let's be clear.
It's sleazy to imply that I'm an anti-Semite, which you just did.
No, I just
when
said, why
I'm
is that the only question you're asking? You answer it. Give me another reason. If you're not an anti-Semite, give me another reason why the obsession is Israel.
I am in no sense obsessed with Israel. We are on the brink of war with Iran, and so these are questions.
But you're not asking about Iran.
You asked me why I'm obsessed with Israel.
Yep.
3 minutes after telling me that when you first ran for Congress, you elucidated one of your main goals, which is to defend Israel.
Yes.
And I'm the one who's obsessed with Israel. I don't see a lawmaker's job as defending the interests of a foreign government, period. Okay. Any government, including the ones that my ancestors come from. So that's my position. That does not make me an anti-Semite. And shame on you for suggesting otherwise, and I mean that. And that's low, and you know it.
See how he just laughs? You see that? They can't debate.
Slow. So why don't you just answer my question? I'm offended. I'm offended with the
called me a sleazy feline.
It is sleazy to imply that I'm an anti-Semite for asking questions about how my government is run.
You want to count how many questions you asked about? What about the Jews? What about Israel? What about AIPAC?
I never asked about the Jews. I have... This has nothing to do with the Jews, whatever that
You see what I'm... See, this is what they do. This is how they can only come at you. It's a character assassination. Do you see what I'm saying? Guys, do you see what I've been saying? This is a perfect example of that. Tucker Carlson, whether you like him or not, he's got some questionable stuff in the background. However, just in this instance right here, has been calm, has been collected. He's been reasonable. And he's been pressing Ted Cruz on this subject. Every American has the right to know what's going on with these foreign lobbyist groups that are clearly lobbying on behalf of a foreign country. Whether they're a bunch of Americans or they're foreigners, they're lobbying on behalf of a foreign country. We have every right as Americans to know, but you question Israel, he can't answer it. No legitimate answers. He's flip-flopping. You know, AIPAC doesn't lobby for the Israeli government. Well, I mean...
Dude, I fucking knew it,
Well, I don't know what AIPAC does. So you don't know what they do, but you do. Well, you know, the Israeli government is not directing AIPAC. You just said you don't know it, so they can't argue. So then Ted Cruz is now going into, well, you're an anti-Semite, you're obsessed with Jews, you're a Jew hater. You see this? This is where he'll go now because he's lost. He's lost the argument, so all he has left now is to paint Tucker Carlson as an anti-Semite.
Means this has to do with a foreign government. And once again, shame on you for conflating the two. They have nothing to do with each other. I'm talking about the influence
Israel
of
and Jews have nothing to do with it?
No. All Jews, or an attack on all Jews, which I am not, nor would I ever be undertaking now. I'm not attacking anyone.
By the way, that's who Iran wants to kill, is all the Jews and all the Americans.
And I'm totally opposed to that, okay? But now, because
Except you don't want to do anything about it.
decisions need to be made.
We can talk about those decisions.
And I plan to.
Good.
But I just want to get a sense of whether you think, having described yourself as an America First person whose only criterion for judgment on foreign policy is America's national interest, to what extent you're influenced by a foreign government, which gives you a lot of money through its lobby, and you're claiming this has nothing to do with the foreign government. They're not coordinating. Yes, they're spying on us, but it doesn't bother you. And I'm sort of wondering, like, what is this? This is one of the weirdest
Art,
conversations I've ever had.
I'll tell you what, and I'll answer any question you like, but let's try to...
Are you going to call me an anti-Semite again, or no?
Let's try to ratchet down the temperature a little.
You're the one who went to motive. I'm asking
Correct.
honest questions.
Yeah, I'm
just asking questions. Yes, that's it. That is what I'm doing.
Yep.
Let's try to ratchet down the temperature a little bit.
So asking questions now is anti-Semitism. See this?
Okay.
What they do, man. What they do. Whoever came against him, God would come at him. Whoever blessed him, God would bless them. You want to...
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn.
I speak now with not one voice, but many. Embrace Hextech.
Minions have spawned.
The arcane is the answer. You challenge the inevitable.
Wow, they made this guy look so gay, bro. What the fuck?
Incognizant soul.
This guy seems so fucking cool.
The time for leniency has passed. Sentiment is incompatible with control. They mistake pragmatism for malice.
First blood.
Okay, I'm loaded together. What the fuck is this character, bro? Why'd they do this, bro? The coolest guy in the fucking game.
Doubt has been purged from me.
Not a fan?
I alone see what must be done.
so much cooler.
Now you see me, now you don't. Eat kunai!
So much of what we value is inconsequential.
An ally has been slain.
Dude, they even changed the fucking sounds. Holy shit.
My comfort with death comes from proximity, not ignorance.
Fully on target. Star Shadow!
Oh, let's go. Out fucking play, dude. Massive outplay. Didn't even need to use my flash. Let's go.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Why'd they have to fucking rework this guy in every fucking way, dude?